So Stony Brook, they're no new entry, and neither, well, they are a little bit actually from a while ago, but St. John's here, they've been around since, well, I'd go back to Lou Carnesecca. But anyways, St. John's here, pretty big favorite, and this total has been on the move much higher. I would imagine that might even be higher than this by now. It looks like a move that I can get behind today, and I would think this game is probably headed over. I don't know, what is it now? 145, 146. Could I just keep talking it up here like that show on that other YouTube channel where the guy announces the game and then the line starts moving? And then we all watch it on the screen together, and everybody's like, stop, make it stop. Anyway, the total here is up to 146 and a half. I'll call it 147. It's a free play here on the game today between Stony Brook and St. John's in this one. Action heavy from Sharps, and it's all been on the over thus far. And, well, in college basketball, you're going to see me tailing a little bit of sharp action, steam chasing a little bit, but uh, looking what happened yesterday on some of the numbers, some of the moves, they were pretty darn sharp yesterday. I mean, uh, it, I follow the uh, line services and whatnot, and they had a pretty good. Most of it came in pretty strong. I mean, uh, the heaviest steam was close to 58%. I'm generalizing, but I mean, I tracked pretty much all the moves. But it had to be, determined by me to be official move. I'm the official determiner. Anyways, all right. Uh, yeah, Jerry said it right there. I'm sorry, Jerry had already typed in the game to ask, and that was the game okay, let's go to Darren's game next. Wait a minute, Darren. Oh, all right. All right, there it is. 517, 518, Presby and Bandy. Let's get to Darren's comment and see what I have here. And you're not going to get a lot of, I didn't, have type, believe it or not, I write out a bunch of notes for these games, and half of them I leave on the cutting room floor. I don't know how I keep doing that every time, but, I got to stop doing. That's why I end up talking so much. Don't write a script. I mean, Tony is a real script. I've got a bunch of chicken scratch notes, but maybe I should just go without notes and I won't talk for so long. Let me help. Let me get Darren here. See what I think in this one. Uh, Darren says he likes Vandy, and okay, Darren, I'll let you make the pick here on Vandy. I'll let Darren. I'll pick the total here if you know what I mean, Darren. I don't know. How many points can I get? Look, I'm going to want a few more points. I'm interested in Presbyterian here in this one. Can Vandy truly find the motivation here, and do they have the scoring necessarily here to take this one? What's the total here? I was going to give the total, so it's going to be Darren and me, unless you're looking for a total confirmation, Darren, that you were about. I don't want to talk you off your play here to tell you, but let me see if I was interested. The total is at 136 currently. All right, Darren. You know what? I don't know if I have anything on the total yet. I'm gonna either take a challenge, and if I talk you off this, I'm gonna feel bad. I'm on Presby here in this one. Taking these points. And if I'm only getting 17 and a half, so be it. Uh, yeah, 17 and a half looks fine. There are 18s. There are even, I'm showing the book just 10 minutes from me here at 19, but the book downtown has 17 and a half. That's the sharpest book in Vegas. So Yeah, Darren, we just talked about that one, but just back it up. I gave out the total, right? Is what you're saying? Do I like the side with what do I like the side with St. John's and Stony Brook? I think what I was. Let me take a look here because what I was saying was maybe for me, I'm giving out the total. Maybe I didn't have an opinion on the side. Let me see here as I take a look at a little bit of early action because the line certainly has 18s and 18 and a halves pretty much is what we're looking at in that game. We're kind of backing up here to it, and I know they're going to be mad at me back at headquarters. Um, I think it's yeah. I'd lay it. I'm preferring to lay it. The action's a little heavy. That's what um, is coming in. I mean, it looks like it's all St. John's and all on the over so far, but not very. It's not very sharp on St. John's. But like I said, there is 18 and a half is the biggest line. How about I do it? I'll give out. I'll go St. John's. Darren asks, so St. John's an over for me there. All right, Darren. Just tell me where I need to send the Starbucks or whatever here. Um, whatever the wherever are you in the I'm trying to remember, Darren, are you also in the Baltimore area? I'm trying to remember. All right. Baylor and Auburn. I say Baylor versus Auburn here, if you notice. Um, and we are seeing a bit of a move here. In fact, I'm showing Auburn moving to a favorite at one particular book currently. The biggest name in online books in the country has moved Auburn to a 1 point favorite. I've got to call it at least a pick 'em here. Can't get away with calling Auburn a favorite anymore. There's definitely been a move here to uh, to the Tigers in this one where Baylor was favored originally. Now, like I said, Baylor versus Auburn. So this one is being played in that college hotbed of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And I'm not kidding, actually. They're playing this one at the Pentagon, uh, not in uh, Washington, D.C. This is the Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where they play a lot of Division One games, mostly involving teams from that region, from South Dakota, from North Dakota. They play their little tournament in there now. They get all four teams, I think, together and play a little tournament. It's a wonderful build. I mean, it is like there are sight lines, there are balconies. It is like a cool place to go. I've never been there, but if you've ever seen it, really cool. And Baylor played there last year, as a matter of fact. So they're making the trip back to play here. And there's going to be a couple more games here involving some teams next week, and then one more in, I think, December. So it's an attraction and a good reason to go to Sioux Falls and check out everything that they have to offer. So, anyways, good game here, no doubt. This one goes off at 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific in this one. So, I don't know how that move came in. I better analyze it here because it came in, as we were already on the air. I was already uh, kind of feeling the Baylor here, but maybe I better look into that move a little bit. I thought Baylor might be the side, and if anything, I'm getting a better price. But I do like the under in this game, and I don't think. Let me see right now, 140. Oh boy, we're getting a nice price. This one's gone up here to as high as 145, and well, I don't know if it's sharp or square necessarily. I'm showing just as many moves on the under as I am on the over, and no widely reported steam, I don't think, yet here on the total. So I'm going to end up taking the under here in this game at 145. Let's see what we have um, in the first game of the season with these two. This is nearly the highest number. It was as high as 145 and a half, I think. And right now, I'm just showing a movement here, more big time move to the over right now. It's getting steamed. Right now, as we speak, this is why we're on the air. I'm not making this up. anybody can back me up by going to their screen right now to make sure that Ramon's just not being some uh, overly dramatic wannabe YouTube host. This thing's hit 147 and a half right now at Bet Online, 147 at Circa, 146 and a half at the South Point down the street here, 146 and a half at Stations just over here south of me in Green Valley. Those are the books. I follow South Point, I follow Stations, I follow Circa. Those are the Vegas books that I follow because those are the ones that I have the app for and that I patronize. So this one is on the move. We're getting even better value here right now. I could move the line up on screen. It'd probably be a disservice if I didn't, but I'll grade myself at 145. Um, this one's getting steamed to the over, and from what I think about these teams, I, I'm not sure we're getting to 140 into the mid 140s here. DraftKings 147 and a half now. This one's flying up. So good for me. I'm taking the under. I don't know about neutral site if that has anything to do with it. This. Isn't like they're playing in even though it's Baylor versus it could be in a Vegas arena type of thing where it'd be like a bigger arena. I mean, these two teams play in pretty big arenas. This is a much smaller arena than they're used to. This is a small arena. It's just very intimate and beautiful and well thought out design. Just a great place to watch a game. Not really anything crazy with sight lines. In fact, it kind of looks like a mini. I don't want to compare it to Indiana, but it's a real intimate setting, a real cool place. So I don't know. Maybe that's worked, into this, but this total's flying right now higher, and well, the tickets are flying. The tickets are running all to the over. There's been enough sharp action on the under, and I'm taking under.